Yo, it's your man Phife Dog from a Tribe Called Quest, Queens representation all day. You are now listening to Hip Hop 101. Y'all know what it is. Love that, honor that, cherish that. Peace and love. One.
Yo, Fife, what's up, man? It's your man Easy Money. What's going on, baby?
Chilling. How are you?
Yo, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, first off, let me just say we appreciate you taking the time out to bless old school hip hop 101, man, and just talk to us and give us a great interview.
All right, no doubt, no problem.
All right, so now with the premise of the show, definitely is old school hip hop 101. I like to what we say, we like to educate some of the youngsters, man, who might not know about this whole hip hop movement with with legends such as yourself that's been in the game, man, for over 20 years. So what I like to start off doing is just getting you to give us a history of a tribe called Quest and just a rundown of the group, how you guys hooked up, and just take us back, man. Take us back to the early '80s when you guys linked up.
You serious? Like, word?
Yeah,
Wow.
a brief history, a brief history.
All right, no problem. I thought everybody saw the movie by now. You
Yeah,
know what I
well,
mean?
just for the ones who might not have seen it, I saw it. It's a great joint. Definitely, we get into that too.
All right, cool. Basically, I've known Q-Tip since we was like 2 years old, 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? We from the same hood. My grandmother and his mother went to the same church. You know what I mean? So we've known each other since before we could even make sentences, so to speak. You know what I mean? So it goes way back. Um, by the time we made it to high school, we ended up we went to the same school from third grade to eighth grade. But by the time high school came around, he ended up going to Murray Bertram High School for Business Careers in Manhattan, and that's where he linked up with Ali Shaheed and Mike G and Africa from the Jungle Brothers and Brother J from the X Clan, Sir I Bull. All these people went to that same high school. So even though it was a high school for business careers, you would have thought it was LaGuardia Performing Arts. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because everybody in there was on a mission to make music, pretty much. You know what I mean? Some of them made it, some of them did not. As for me, I ended up going to boarding school, like not too far outside of Reading, Pennsylvania. And then after my freshman year there, I came back to Queens and went to Springfield Gardens High School. You know what I mean? So then Jerobi went to Brooklyn Tech, and Jerobi's from the same hood as well. And we all used to go up to Bergstrom for the talent shows just to see who was rocking, blah 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 blah. And Mike G's uncle was Red Alert, so that's how it all linked up, just being in the right place at the right time. And Tribe was born, and Jungle put us on. It was all about one hand washing the other, each one teach one, that type of thing.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Now, definitely, one of the things that I was talking about, before you called in, was the distinct titles to the albums that you guys dropped. Like
hmm
the first one, "The People's Instinctive Travels in the Path of Rhythms." The names of the albums. How did y'all come up with that? With the concept?
Well, Q-Tip, that's more of a Q-Tip question, because he
Got
came up with that album title, and I thought it was just too long. Because you know how
you.
fickle hip hop is, or hip hop fans can be, and if you don't give them if you don't spoon feed them, so to speak, they're not really trying to rock with it or give it a chance. You know what I mean? So I thought it was gonna go over people's head, and to a certain extent, it did. But I don't regret anything from that album because it kind of caved the door in a little bit, and then Low in Theory pretty much knocked it off the hinges. So people's instinctive. I'm not sure how the title came about. I can't even remember that far back, but it definitely set up Low in Theory. It introduced us to the world, and then Low in Theory really just put us out there. Low in Theory, basically, that name came from. It has two meanings to it. The Low in Theory meaning the black man is always on the low end of the totem pole, so you got to work extra hard at whatever you do. If you're trying to be a doctor, lawyer, president, whatever it may be, MC, football, basketball player, whatever it is, you got to work extra hard at it because they doubt us every chance they get. And then the second meaning was the bass, the 808, the low end that you heard throughout that album. You feel me?
Man, yeah,
So that's
no doubt.
that's how the title came about.
Man,
Midnight
and
Marauders, basically simple title, my favorite title of them all, to be honest, because we basically did everything at night, party, rehearsed, recorded, got with our lady friends. You know what I'm saying? Everything popped off after midnight. You know what I mean? During the day, you couldn't find us. We was all knocked out, recuperating from the night before or
got
a few hours prior. You know what I mean? And then Beats, Rhymes, and Life, I think that's self-explanatory. And then the Love Movement, sad, but it is what it is. We just, a lot of hip hoppers, they tend to take themselves a little too seriously. And there's not a lot of love going around. Love as in love for your family. A lot of family values are shot down and things of that nature. So it wasn't just love, you know, um, as in sexuality or what have you, but love for your craft, love for mankind, love for even your enemies, so to speak. You know what I mean? So that's basically what that title was all about.
no doubt, man. And just a side note, man. A lot of the fans of the show, they was definitely, when we put it out that you was gonna be on the show, they was, want me to hit you with some, hit some stuff. And Midnight Marauders, actually, a homie of mine, man. He just wanted to wanted me to ask you, did you know that that was gonna be one of the most prolific albums in history, in hip hop history?
I mean, we were hoping so, but like I said earlier, hip hop is so fickle. You never know how they were gonna accept it and love it and cherish it. We definitely loved it. All our albums are like our kids. You know what I mean? We love everyone to death. You
Right.
know what I mean? So we were just hoping that everyone would love it. But as far as the album being prolific and a standard and things of that nature, we had no idea. But we was hoping that it will stand the test of time. Man, when we decided to do this hip hop thing, we were planning on being the Earth, Wind, and Fire slash OJs of the game, meaning. They were putting out like 20, 25 albums, 35 albums throughout their careers, things of that nature. But we had no idea that hip hop would be so fickle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we had no idea that Love Movement was going to be the last until right before we started recording.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, out of the five, is there one in particular that's your favorite or your best work? You think what's the best work?
It's a toss up between Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders, because I mean, as you all know, I was only on like 4 songs out of 15 on the first album. You know
Right.
what I mean? And that was just me running the streets, not going to the studio like I was supposed to, trying to be grown, dealing with grown man business I shouldn't have been dealing with, that type of thing. But by the time Low End Theory came about, I took it a little more seriously. So that I guess Low End Theory is my personal favorite because I guess you could call it my coming out party. But it wasn't like I learned how to rhyme overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But everybody looked at it like that. So either way, I'm happy that people cherished and embraced it.
Oh yeah, man, no doubt. And like what you was mentioning early, the movie that Michael Rappaport directed, Beach Rhymes, Life and the Travels of a Tribe Called Quest. Now that's definitely a great movie, man, for anybody who is a fan of Tribe and claims to be a fan of Tribe. I mean, it's a definite must see. Now, this movie almost did come about, right?
This movie, what?
I said, was it almost where it didn't come out, or what? It wasn't going to come out?
I don't think I don't think it was ever to the point where it wasn't gonna come out. It was just little, and I think you go through this. A lot of people go through this in Hollywood every day. I'm sure Billy D and Diana went through it, and different actors throughout our livelihood or whatever. I'm sure they went through this in Hollywood, but you know certain things had to go on in order for it to go smoothly. It didn't go smoothly, but it was definitely gonna come out.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. And just being a fan myself, I got a chance to definitely take in a lot and gain more knowledge of the history behind the group, and to see how you guys vibe together and how everything came back full circle. and you guys started touring again, man. And that's what definitely a true fan wanted to see was the group come back together and form the Voltron unit and get it in.
Right. Yeah,
Now,
well, we basically when we broke up in '98, we had no idea what was going to happen after that. But my health after that, like a little after that, took a turn for the worse or whatever. And by the time 2004 came around, we got an offer from this event called Street Scene out in San Diego, and I was familiar with it because I had just done Street Scene the year before with De La, so I knew what it was. And when we went out, we decided to do it because they knew my health was kind of out of whack, and so we was like, and then plus cats wanted to make some dough, whatever. It was about that time, so we decided to do it. The show took off so great and was embraced so hard that a lot of people started coming at us with offers. So there was this one tour that Cool Cigarettes and somebody else were putting together, and they asked us to join for only a few dates, like maybe 4 or 5 dates. LL was one of the people on the tour, and for whatever reason, he didn't do the whole tour. So when he left the tour, they asked us to do even more shows. So that really was what planted the seed for a whole bunch of tour offers to come after that. You know.
okay, no doubt. So now, what I want to do is go into a few of the joints from a tribe, and then we're going to come back and chop it up a little bit more. Then, plus, I want to play a couple of your solo joints that you had too, as well. So, man, like I said, we definitely appreciate you calling in. So, what we'll do, we'll go right into check the rhyme and find a way. A Tribe Called Quest. This Easy Money, chopping it up with my man Phife Diggy, old school hip hop 101.
Yeah, I'm here.
So,
I'm here. I'm here.
all right. So now one thing I did want to talk about too was just last weekend. You guys were at the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival with Busta Rhymes, and after what
Right.
about 19, 20 years, Busta Rhymes reunited with Charlie Brown and Deco Dink of Leaders of a New School. How was that to see them guys get back together and perform a scenario on stage?
I mean, it was dope. I was looking forward to it because Buster had called me. I haven't spoken to Buster in a while. I couldn't even tell you how long. But he called me like a month ago and said that he needed me to come down there and rock with him. He wanted everybody that had something to do with his career to be there or what have you. So, I was all in. It was all good. And when he told me he was bringing Dinko and Charlie back, I really had to be there. So it was good seeing them together. You know what I mean? The energy was still the same. It wasn't. It felt like they never left. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a good day in Brooklyn.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, would it be anything in the future with him collabing with them guys again, or was it just like a one-time shot, one-time deal?
I don't think it's a one-time deal because it's gonna be in demand. I think it's almost like when we first came back together for that San Diego show, and it became a demand. So now with that popping off and the social networks buzzing and things of that nature, I'm sure that's not going to be the end of that. And he'd be smart to keep it rolling.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So we definitely hoping that if that is the case and they start doing shows again, that they make their way to Atlanta, man. So we definitely gotta check that out. Now, do you now you were making your home base at Atlanta at one point, correct?
Yeah, I still have a home in Atlanta, but my wife is from Oakland, so we're out here like outside of Oakland, but I'm on the West Coast now, but I still go back and forth.
Okay, no doubt. Now, also you have a sports gig that you do, right? It's the Fanalist. Is that correct?
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, but I'm working on different a different route as far as getting it popped off. But it is the Fanalist. I chose that title for the simple fact that that's really what I am, and it basically means we represent fans of every sport, fans everywhere, but from the mind of analysts. In other words, we're not just going to say Derrick Rose is MVP in the NBA, but we're going to break down why, or we'll break down why Kevin Durant will probably be MVP next year. We're gonna break down why LeBron James finally got a ring this year and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So sports was always my first love, and because I didn't grow to be a 6 footer or what have you, I wasn't gonna make it to a D1 school or NBA. So I chose hip hop instead. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
sports has always been the cloth that I was made of. You hear it in my lyrics from time to time, and that's what I do when I'm not doing music all day, every day.
No doubt, no doubt. Now you say they say you got mad skills on the basketball court. Now that's what I've heard. So
Uh, past tense, man. Past tense.
past it,
Past tense, man.
past
You
it.
know what I'm saying? I still have a shot. I still can shoot, but my handle isn't like what it was when I was in my early 20s or teens. You know what I
Right,
mean? I'm not
right.
even gonna sit in front. But my son is about to be a junior in high school, so I'm training him. I'm working him out so he could carry on and do his thing. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So that's where I am with it now. But nah, my game is not on point like that anymore.
Now,
Word.
with the Federalist movement, when you do, bring it back, is it going to be web media? What's the concept behind it, I guess is what I'm asking about. How?
I'm looking. I mean, I'm just gonna keep doing radio for a while, but I'm looking to do TV. I just linked up with Walter Payton's son Jared,
Okay.
and he's gonna become part of the Fanless team. But he has his own radio show in Chicago as well. You know what I mean? But we're gonna link up and put it down definitely. So look for it to come out real soon. I think it's along the lines of the best damn sports show period, like something like that.
Okay.
But like I said, it's called the Fanless, and since Jared played college football at the University of Miami, he played in the NFL for a little while with the Tennessee Titans, so he's definitely going to be our football correspondent. Where I'll probably do the basketball, and then my homie from Queens, New York, named the Gambler, he's pretty much the baseball guy. You know what I mean? And then we'll have other correspondents doing music as well, because we can't leave that out. But
Right. Right.
I just don't really want to do the music that much.
I
You
got you.
know what I mean? But I think it should be part of the show because sports and music go hand in hand. It's definitely always been a marriage, at least from a hip hop sense.
Right. Right. No doubt. You see the NFL players, football players before the games, they got the Dre beats on. Of course, they vibing
Yeah,
to some hip hop, getting in the zone for the before the game. So it definitely does go hand in hand together.
absolutely.
Now, one other thing I did want to ask you about it. I mean, I know you did mention about the hip hop game being so fickle and whatnot. Now, you guys were honored VH1 Hip Hop Honors. How do you feel about that whole concept? Because I've heard from different, people in the industry that say, well, they cool with the hip hop honors or they don't really like it. How was that for Tribe Called Quest?
You know what? I didn't hear too many people say they didn't like it. The thing that confused me was, like, okay, I'm happy we were given the award or what have you, or given that amount of love, but before the likes of, like a Slick Rick and you know what I'm saying? So that
Right.
kind of bugged me out because there were a lot of people that were deserving, I thought, before us, but didn't get the love, and then I don't really know what happened to the VH1 honors since then. But that's the only thing that I was confused about. But I thought it was cool for us because I really didn't expect it until we got the call. I didn't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? But when we got that call, I was pretty geeked up about it, even though I was dealing with a lot of health issues at the time. But, you know, I thought it was cool that they'd even look at us in that light.
Oh yeah, I guess, and I guess I should have kind of cleared that up. That's what I guess that's where I was going with it. With some of the recipients of the awards felt like others should have probably came before them.
Right. Well, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. It just felt kind of weird. But I thought it was still a good gesture. You know what I mean? I mean, rock and roll has their Hall of Fame, and I felt like VH1 was trying to do something from a hip hop sense. So I thought it was cool. I thought it was
Right,
real
right.
cool.
And I'm kind of hoping that they bring that back. It's been gone now a couple of years. Was it 2010? I believe was the last year that they done it, and it's kind of
Yeah,
just
that
disappeared.
was
I
the
thought it was
last
going to be a
one. Yep.
trend or
Yeah.
something that they
So
would at least keep
hopefully
up
they
or
will
keep
come
going.
back. Hello?
Now, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. Now,
Yeah.
let's talk about the solo album that you did, Ventilation, the LP.
Right. Mhm.
Definitely a great piece of work, man. Loved it. Kind of looking forward to some more. Now, I did hear that you were doing songs in the key of Phife. Is that still coming to fruition?
Yeah, it is, but that's not the title of it no more. I got
Okay,
tired of that title. You know what I'm saying? So I changed it to Cheryl's Big Son, The Anomaly. You
got
know
you.
what I mean? So that should come out like top of 2013. I'll probably drop a single by the fall, but the album will come out like top of 2013. So it's another good piece of work in my eyes, and I'm glad you like Ventilation because as far as I'm concerned, I was in a real bad place at the time, and I thought the album could have been better. As far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean. But with this new project right here, I'm real comfortable with it. I took my time on purpose, and I'm quite happy with it, most definitely.
Man, well, you know what? I definitely wanted to play a couple of joints off of Ventilation, man, because like I said, it was I mean, like the first track, Flawless. It was a flawless piece of work to me. I mean, it was classic Fife. You know, the heads, we loved it, man. So definitely, I want to transition into that, play Flawless, and then my favorite joint was Alphabet Soup off the album, man. So definitely, we're gonna roll
Wow, I
into
ain't
those
heard
two
them joints
joints.
in a minute. That's what's up, though.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, no doubt, man. That's what we do, man. We digging in the crates. So let's go right into that, man. Let's play
All
Flawless,
right.
and then we'll come right behind that with Alphabet Soup. This your man Easy Money, old school hip hop 101. This your man Easy Money. This is old school hip hop 101. Got my man Fife from a tribe called Quest live on the air with us. For those of you who might just joined in, we just played two joints, two of my favorite joints off the Ventilation CD. That was Flawless and Alphabet Soup. So definitely, man, those were some bangers. I know before we went to the tracks, you said you weren't really in a good place with this joint.
Yeah, I wasn't, but like listening to it right now, I couldn't even tell you how those rhymes go. Well, I know the flawless rhymes. I remember those, but the alphabet soup, I couldn't even tell you those rhymes by heart. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like when you really look at it, that's like 12 years ago. You know what I mean? So
Right, right.
it's all good. I really wasn't in a good place, but not saying that it was bad music, but I really felt like the album on a whole could have been better.
I got you. I got you. So now, with the new joint that's coming up at the top of the year, 2013, who you working with on that one as far as production, I guess, and are you going to have any features on it as well?
Yeah. Well, I have my own production company and label. The label is called Smoking Needles Records, and the production company is called Rhythm Kids. If you look on the back of the People's Instinctive album, you might remember seeing Jerobi and the Rhythm Kids.
Right.
Well, my manager and I, we're both of Trinidadian descent, so we took rhythm and just made it Rhythm Kids. You know what I mean? So we formed our production company. It's he, it's I, myself, and it's a young 22-year-old by the name of Snackbot from out of San Jose that I put down with it as well. So we're doing like a lot of the album. I have a producer out here in Oakland by the name of Bobby Ozuna. He did a couple of tracks. I got Illmind on, did one track. Um, and that's about it. That's about it right now. But the tracks are definitely crazy. And as far as guest appearances, I have a track with featuring Faith Evans. Um, and a couple of new MCs that I'm putting out there for y'all to hear. You know what I mean? So I'm mixing the album now, and I'll probably add like 2 or 3 more songs. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes. But right now we're just trying to choose what single we're gonna put out first. But again, it's called Cheryl's Big Sunday Anomaly.
I got you. So we definitely going to be looking forward to that joint, man. All the fans out there, always looking for some new music, man, from all of our heroes, what we call hip hop heroes. So now, as far as Tribe goes, would there be another Tribe joint? Or
A Tribe album?
yeah, yeah,
I seriously doubt it.
okay,
Like, we haven't even talked about it, and we're very, very far away from it. I mean, you might be lucky to see us do some shows again, but as far as album, I don't even know if that's ever gonna happen. To be honest, that's
I
why I
got you.
stay in the house. I don't go out because that's pretty much the $1 million question, and it's sad because I don't know what to tell them. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I really don't. So, now I'm only 1/4 of the crew. So would I like to see it happen? Yeah. But will it happen? That's a whole nother story.
Wow. So now let's talk about the music, man, that's out now. I always like to ask the artists that come on the show, how do they feel, or what's their opinion about the state of what's called hip hop right now,
hmm
and just
Well, as
what do you
far
think
as
about it?
what I'm listening to, I like Mac Miller. I like J. Cole. I like a couple of Wale records. I like Meek Mill a lot. I like his energy. Like on
Right.
every record that he rhymes on, the energy is just crazy and very infectious. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite rapper out of like the latest rappers would have to be Kendrick Lamar.
Whoa,
Like
yeah, no doubt.
like he's just on some other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really feeling the recipe joint that he has out with Dr. Dre right now. Like that track is crazy, and then
Man,
the cadences that they're using on it is even better. You know what I mean? So that's like my favorite record out right now, other than the Life Is Good album that Nas just put out on Tuesday. That's just bananas.
man, yeah,
That's like the
that's
best album. That's the best hip hop album that came out in the last 3, 4 years, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, man, that's classic Nas, man. Definitely, that he's
Yeah,
on his way to
you
having a
know,
six number
yeah,
one
that's what's
joint.
up. I'm real happy about that. He definitely New York hip hop is back, as far as I'm concerned, on the back of Nas Escobar. You know what I'm saying? So I'm real happy about that. He was always one of my favorites anyway, along with Ghostface and Redman. You know what I mean? So I'm real happy about that album. This shit is fire.
Oh yeah, man. Man, it's definitely classic. It's gonna go down as a joint that's on top, man. Like you said, New York hip hop is back, and it's carried on the back of
Yeah,
Nas, man.
yeah. I think Illmatic, Stillmatic, Godson, Street Disciple, and Life Is Good basically put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as far as I'm concerned. That's not to say I don't like the other albums, because I do, but the ones I just mentioned are definitely my standouts and favorites.
Oh yeah, man, and everybody, man, that loves Nas, that can be an argument, man, that can go on forever. Which joint was the best? A lot of people are
Yeah,
still stuck on Illmatic, or then a lot of people come back and say Stillmatic. Then some people even like the Untitled album, the Nigga album. So I mean, it's a ton of
yeah.
that.
That
Like
was
I said,
that
that can
was
be a
dope.
conversation
That
that
was
can go on
dope
forever.
too. But Nas tends to go over people's heads, or better yet, they don't want to take that time to think. But I think this album right here is so dope. It the beats, the rhymes, they can't front. Everything is hot. I think one of my favorite songs on this latest album is that Stay record, because not a lot of people could rhyme over that track. It's not even a beat. It's just basically some horns and some chords and a bass line. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people can do that, and he did it. He did it to perfection, as far as I'm concerned. So that's definitely one of the favorite songs of mine on the album.
Well, man, yeah, he's definitely a great, great artist that attributes to longevity um, in this game, and we, like I said, we definitely looking forward to the new joint from you at the beginning of the year, man. We definitely appreciate you taking time out to call in to the show, man, and just talk to us and give us a rundown of the history of Tribe. I mean, for a lot of us that already know, and for those who might not have known, you know, uh, some
Right.
of you guys' history, man. So we definitely, appreciate you taking that time out to give us a call.
No doubt, man. Good looking out.